What is the truth about the root causes of cancer? Did you know that there are basically 4 underlying factors at the root of almost every cancer? Can you guess what they are? In this video excerpt from last year's Truth About Cancer Live in Orlando,
our good friends KC and Monica Craichy, founders of LivingFuel, will teach you what these 4 factors are and how natural foods can be even more effective than over-the-counter drugs. Get out your pens, paper, iPads, and whatever else you might use, and take some notes. You're going to learn a lot from this, so listen carefully.
So we're here today on a quest for truth. The Word of God says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. See, it's not the truth that makes you free, it's you knowing it. So today we're going to talk about 4 underlying factors that are basically at the root of just about every cancer. There are exceptions.
So there's inflammation, oxidation, glycation, and angiogenesis. Casey, real fast to say, what's inflammation?
Inflammation, you know, if you twist your ankle, it'll start to swell and inflame, and people put ice on it and so on. But it's a process. When you have an insult to the body, where it be physical, chemical, emotional, radiation, the body will have an inflammatory process to try to heal. The problem is that we get situations where, because of chronic stress and other things we got going on, we have inflammation all the time because the body is always trying to heal something or thinks it's trying to heal something, and you have a state of chronic inflammation. Like PSA in a prostate is an inflammatory marker, okay? So inflammation,
and
oxidation.
What's oxidation?
Oxidation, essentially, I'm trying to be layman here. If you cut an apple and put it on the table and come back in an hour, it's brown, right? So essentially rust on the human body, when oxygen hits molecules, it essentially damages them. And the body has an innate system, an antioxidant network, to deal with regular stressors or regular oxidation. But the body, when it's overwhelmed like we are today with lack of sleep and stress and terrible nutrition and worry and all the things that we do, the body requires substantial additional antioxidants to stop that process of hyperaging and rusting of the body.
Okay, glycation.
Glycation, similar to oxidation, except for it involves sugar and proteins. So when you caramelize onions, you basically take sugar and you stick it to the outside of the onion molecule, or the onion. So that's what happens to your proteins. So if your glycated proteins, basically they become unusable. You have sugar without an enzyme wrapping a protein and making it unusable. And as you become older, you could actually have up to 1/3 of your proteins glycated. And you see a lot of times when the skin is cross-linked or you see unhealthy looking skin, that essentially is aging. AGE, Advanced Glycated End Products. That's what this is. So it's a hyper-aging. I wrote about this several years ago, 5 years ago, and said in 5 years, it's going to be as well known as oxidation, and still nobody knows about it. So it is a process that's going on, one of the processes going on.
Angiogenesis.
Angiogenesis, again, let's use the ankle as an example. If you twist your ankle, your body will open up new capillaries and vessels and actually grow more vessels to bring more blood supply to that area in a healing process. It happens when you have a wound. The body will put new blood vessels to bring blood and healing into that area. It is a fantastic process, but it also is the process by which cancer is a problem, because many people have cancer cells all their life and it's never a problem. Never, your immune system handles it, you deal with it, no problem. But if a cancer cell can get an angiogenic blood supply, the body will feed a supply of blood to a cancer cell, and it will grow, and there's nothing you can do about it, essentially, at that point. So angiogenesis also when you have body fat. Body fat, basically every pound of body fat has an additional 1 to 2 miles of angiogenic vessel to hold that fat in, to supply that area. So this is a very powerful process. But the thing we're trying to tell you here, and this is the important part, I'll try to stay light on the science, but when you go to inflammation, the types of foods that we love to eat, you see the types of foods that actually can counteract inflammation. Inflammation is a huge area in pharmacology. They want new anti-inflammatory drugs all the time. If you recall, Vioxx killed 50,000 people before they took it off the market. 50,000 people. Anti-inflammatories can be very dangerous. We know Tylenol, acetaminophen is a very dangerous thing, but people give it to their kids all the time. So anti-inflammatories are big business, but essentially that a lot of foods and supplements have the same power, if not greater, than some of these things we're taking that are dangerous.
Well, and the next couple slides we're showing, I mean, you might want to take a picture of it with your phone, but there are foods that combat oxidation. There's foods that combat glycation. There's foods that combat the angiogenesis also. So
they regulate and quench these
Yeah.
processes. So if you can stop the process of these 4 processes, theoretically you can stop any disease. It just does not just apply to cancer. So if you can stop these processes, you can stop a disease theoretically. So interestingly, in the case even of angiogenesis, it's been shown that many of the foods on this list, other antioxidants also, anti-inflammatories also, that many of these foods on this list outscore every angiogenic drug. There are foods that outscore every angiogenic drug. Now, it's a huge area of pharmacology right now, finding angiogenics. There's a little example. If you look at the purple line there, that is conventional cancer therapy, the personal line. So we're talking about 3 years of life after intervention. And in medicine, we do the craziest things, or they do, let's say, because I'm not going to take credit for this. They take success as being a certain lifespan after treatment. No, success is a long life shall you live. Not just a certain number of years, but in this particular case, cancer treatment is the purple, but when they add anti-angiogenic drugs, you see you double the lifespan. Double, just by blocking an angiogenic process.
Thanks for watching. We hope you liked today's video. Make sure to head over to our website to keep reading more interesting science-based articles about your health and how to stay cancer-free.
Just click on the link right here on the screen and make sure to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any new videos. Thanks for watching.